Hello everyone, this is Tim, and this is going to be a video response, sort of, to all of the various dice fudging, not fudging, rolling dice videos that have been, put out lately. I did a video a long time ago called "To Dice or Not to Dice," and in it, I believe it's been a while since I watched it, but I just talked a lot about there are times when you don't need to roll dice, so don't. And in this video, I'm gonna, expand upon that a little bit. I'm also going to talk about GM Fiat because that has a role to play in this sort of scenario, I believe. So when I'm a GM, I only ask for a dice roll when I want a random result. And because I am like that, I live by the results of the dice, no matter what they are. That's the whole point of wanting a random result. You don't want to know what the consequences are going to be or the benefits. It's up in the air. It's a draw of a card. It's a, it's a dice clattering on the table with everyone watching it as it rolls and finally comes to a standstill. Fates could hang in the balance, life and death. It's kind of powerful thing there. So why would you want to cheat that? I have fudged rolls in the past, especially when I was younger. I used to be, pretty gung-ho for the player characters. I would go out of my way to make sure that they came out on top. And I don't know if it's just because I've gotten older or what, but I'm less like that these days. I'm more of a referee. I just try to play things fair, and I try not to bend the rules too much. But that being said, I still do that thing where I decide, and this is the GM Fiat portion, I decide that certain things are going to happen. Certain things don't need a dice roll. You don't need to make that 50,000th perception check. I just describe what you see because it's not hidden and you have a torch and you're 10 feet away from it. You're going to see it. You see that crack in the wall there. I'm just going to tell you. Maybe there's a secret door behind it or a trap. You can do things like that with description or just giving them something because you don't want it to be random. So I guess that's sort of a GM Fiat sort of fudge, but I'm okay with that. The only time dice clatter on the table is when I want a random result. I guess what you really need to think of, what's the whole point of it if you aren't going to live by the results, it's almost like telling your child not to do something or else, and then they do something. Oh well, next time it's or else. I don't I don't want to be that kind of GM. I want to let the dice roll on the table. And it's funny because I actually made a personalized GM screen, and I realized after I made it that even when I have a GM screen for the game I'm playing, I really just use it as a quick way to look up tables or results or rules. I'm not really trying to hide anything except maybe like a map, but it's really not that hard to just put a cover over a sheet of paper. So I don't know. I've really gotten away from using GM screens. The one I made is pretty low, but it's still got in the way of my physical role playing, my facial expressions. People couldn't see me the whole way. I just wanted to get rid of that barrier. I wanted to be up close and personal. This is who I am. This is what the game is like. I'm not trying to hide too much. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, to dice or not to dice, I'll put a link down below if I remember. I only roll when I want, random chaos, random chance. I leave it up to the fates. But when I don't want it up to the fates, I just let it happen. I describe something. I've had players ask me to make rolls for certain things, and often, you know, they just roll, and that sort of rubs me the wrong way when I'm a GM. It's one of those little pet peeve things. It's not like I hate it, but I guess that falls into the player agency portion where they want to look at something, but often I just give them that information. Sort of like if it's a murder mystery, you don't really want them to miss out on certain clues, otherwise the whole thing just won't get solved. So a lot of times I'll just describe those things that I want them to find if they are looking in the right places. Maybe that is where I also sort of differ from some people. If you're not looking in the right place at all, you're not going to find it. If there's a back room that you don't even go into, you're not going to know there's a secret door back there, even if you roll your secret door check or find locks or whatever skill you're rolling. If you're not even near it, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me that you're going to find it. Yeah, but that's just one of those things. You can talk to your blue in the face. For those who want to fudge for the story, for narrative, yeah, that's all cool. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying that I don't do that. I'm just a guy with a webcam. Hi. So that's pretty much my little foray into this whole debate. I really haven't even watched all the videos yet. They're in my watch later list, but yeah, the goal from here on out is to really not fudge any dice. I'm not really gonna fudge any hit points or anything. But yeah, I do use GM Fiat at times, and I don't really apologize for that. That phrase has a lot of negative stigma to it, but I think a GM that is good can use GM Fiat just like any other tool in the GM's toolbox.